for the invisibility is, the best way they can describe it is like tiny cameras all over the ship, and also projectors, so that it takes a picture of what's on one side and projects it to the opposite side, so the thing just disappears. And it's all over the ship. No matter what angle you're at, you're not going to see it. You're not even going to see a distortion in the sky. It's that sophisticated. I remember seeing a program on TV about our military was using these outfits, and the men had them on, and they had the, you know, very rough version of what they had, and they demonstrated it, and the guy disappears, but you see a distortion in the you know, because it's not perfect. The technology isn't perfect, but with theirs, it's perfect. So you don't, you know, see the ship. So
I would imagine that they would move to other dimension, but really it's like high tech, something which we could do in 50 years.
yeah, it's very
Just catch the light and then
very, very high tech stuff.
project it on the other side. You understand that we have to also project it in different directions correspondingly. It would be like, it has to be seen from any side, from any angle. Yeah,
That's
it's fancy, but
they covered all of
it's
it.
possible to do it. Yeah,
Yeah,
even
it is.
now if for simple shapes, you probably could do that, like projectors.
Yep. I don't know anything about the metals. I know they were very light, but other devices. You know, the thing about like say the beds, the examination tables, people feel numb. They don't use anesthetics. What they use is the bed itself. If you look at it when you're approaching it, I could see wire, like a thick wire, plastic type covered wire, coming out of the wall, and it would go into a device set on a table next to the bed, and another wire going into the bed itself. And they would suggest to you, oh, you're tired now, why don't you take a nap, you know. And I remember going over to the bed feeling very dazed, but I'm really, you know, paying attention. And because something doesn't look right about this, I'm thinking it's a dream. But I said, this doesn't look like a dream. This is something else. And I remember going over to the bed, and I'm putting my hand on the back of the bed, and I'm feeling it. As soon as I put my hand on the bed, my hand goes numb. It anesthetized my hand. There was like the bed was vibrating so fast that my hand went numb. And they use that technology, very primitive here, in for pain. When they put the TENS unit on someone, you know how it vibrates?
Yep. I think TENS is electric current, alternating current.
Yeah, well, that's what it felt like, but it didn't hurt. You know, if you turn a TENS machine up, it'll sting. This didn't. My hand went numb, and when you lay on the bed, your whole body would go numb. You wouldn't feel anything if they had to do a painful examination. You wouldn't feel anything.
Okay, where do we want to go? What is most important that we want to cover today? What other events, I guess, we want to cover? I'm very interested in this here in the description of different life forms and biology of different life forms, but maybe there are other. And another huge point is where is second what big events are coming?
Oh,
what big events, and are they set? Is it a big event was expected and then it sort of dissolved? And do you have any hints into that?
okay. The big event. I was face to face with a human-looking one during a visit, and I said, oh, I'm glad I'm awake. You know, I can ask whatever I want. And he said, sure. And I said, great. I said, what's it like to live in space? And he looked at me really funny. I said, and I'm like, why did I ask that question? You know, I'm thinking that to myself. And he looked at me, he goes, you didn't want to ask that. I said, no. I said, what's going on? What is this all about? What's going to happen? That's what I want to know. Why are you taking us? Why is, you know? And he said to me, if you knew what was going to happen, you wouldn't try to live your life out. You would just try to wait for this event, and that would be it. You would just sit around waiting. And it's not good or healthy. And he said that we would know ahead of time. We would know ahead of time. It gave me some signs. I'm trying to think of what they were. One of them was severe weather changes. That's what he said. Watch for severe weather changes. And I was shown one day it will be a snowstorm, the next day it might be like 80 degrees, you know. But severe weather too. And this one of the big things too is, you know, I worry about a lot of the research that's being done where researchers regress people to get memories. I don't think they're accurate. I'm very concerned about that because of what they told me. And I think that it could be harmful to experiencers, people that are having experiences, to go through regressions and get false memories, especially if they're terrifying, you know. And if you notice, if you read different people's research, every researcher is looking for particular things, and they're going to find them. I think that because it's suggestive, and I don't mean to say anything bad about a researcher. I just want to give my opinion of it. You know, I give them a lot of credit. It's a very you know, unusual field, and they take a lot of criticism. So I give them a lot of credit. But I think the best way to get to the bottom of a lot of this is to have the people that are taken talk about what they remember. And you can easily discredit, like, what a screen memory is, too. Another you know, I've talked to different people, and they say, well, that was probably a screen memory. You can tell the difference between a screen memory and an actual event, because they do give screen memories, and the screen memories are given to test the individual's personality, because they'll put you through something like a test, an emotional test, like it's a good way to describe your integrity. They're checking your integrity, basically. What would you do in this circumstance? And they observe you, and you can see them observing you. And even if they tell you don't do something, you know, but in your mind you're going, okay, no, that's not right, I'm going to do the right thing. And they'll look at each other and they'll be pleased that you disobeyed them. You know, it's like, it's funny, you know.
And do you feel watched all the time, or you don't feel watched?
I feel like, yeah, I feel like I'm being observed all the time.
So
not like every single minute, but, you know.
It's sort of not only on your own, you are also playing for them as well, I guess.
Repeat that?
You're not on the, most of us feel on